All right. Well,
Alrighty.
hello.
Got quite the match on our hands today.
We really do. Oh, my goodness. This is going to be entertaining.
Indeed, we got a real clash of titans here. Not every day we get to see a match quite as exciting as this one.
Yeah. I mean, for any of you who watch the Stackies, I know they were voting on play like set of the year and everything, but this, I don't know, man. This is gonna be easily a contender for that. Maybe I don't know, but
I
it's gonna
mean,
shape up to be pretty damn exciting.
there's been a lot leading up to this.
Yep.
Mhm. So yeah, I think a lot of people have been looking forward to seeing these guys play a serious set because it hasn't happened in a while. They've played casually a few times recently, but you know, Amemiya hasn't had a big set against one of the top guys in quite a bit. So, a
I
lot
mean,
leading up to this.
that's what Kazu actually mentioned in the interview. He was talking about how like Amamiya hadn't played too many like serious matches against actual contenders in a while. So
Yeah,
this
and
is going to be quite something.
this might be Kazu's first appearance at a LAN that I'm aware of. His first
Right.
time playing in an offline competitive match, and what a great time to be your first because you're up against Amamiya, who the king of Japanese Tetris tournaments, pretty much uncontested, and
Right.
he's confident. He says he's gonna win, but Amamiya says he's gonna win. Obviously, so I guess only time will tell who will prevail here.
I mean, like I think the interesting part about this matchup is that there's so many like how do you put it, unknown factors sort of that happen during LAN events that you can't really predict.
Absolutely.
Because like I think a lot of at least the Twitch chat in the betting was kind of under the impression that Kazu's overall higher skill, which while that is like arguably true to an extent, like in person, there's a lot more variability to it. So
Yeah, a
we'll
lot
see.
of nerves at play. A difference in experience because the offline environment it's similar to playing online, but there's going to be no lag and there's going to be way more pressure. And Amamiya has a lot of experience, so he's got to be pretty comfortable with it. Kazu, we'll have to see how he handles the different playing field here.
I will say though, I'd expect to see nerves all around. To be honest, though, like I think even if you're Amamiya with that much tournament experience, this has got to be a particularly scary matchup.
Well, yeah, I mean, the last time they played, it was a casual match. It wasn't anything serious, but Kazu did run up the score a little bit, so it should be interesting to see if Amamiya is going to be playing worried or if he's going to be confident that his LAN experience is going to lead him to victory here.
Jen, would you like to discuss the openers that are listed?
Yeah, so the two main openers that Kazu's been doing recently is this opener Honey Cannon, which is a triple double opener with a really good PC chance. I think it's something like 93%, and it's a very clean opener. I mean, it can be comparable to Gamashiro, but it gives you a much easier TSD after your TST, and it's something Kazu has been very comfortable with. He's been building it a lot recently. And then there's Mountainous Stacking number 2, which is a pretty similar opener to like Gamashiro, which some of you may be familiar with, and it is a quite good opener. And I think these types of openers were picked strategically to counter Amamiya's DT cannon because Amamiya has been building DT cannon since he started playing the game, and he's really comfortable with that side four wide continuation. And I think Kazu's being very strategic about how he wants to counter that by picking these triple double openers with good PC chances. That way he can get a lot of lines over on Amemiya's side and really limit how much he can build up that 4-wide.
Yeah, for sure. Like I saw a bunch of people kind of discussing the possibility of 4-wide in this matchup, but I think like both players kind of like if you play PPT for this long, you know how it is with 4-wide. You know how to fight it. So
yeah, and Kazu is learning new techniques because not only does he know these openers, but as some people have mentioned, Kazu is familiar with some DPCs. So we can expect that if given the opportunity, he might go for a few DPCs after Honey Cannon or after Mountain Stacking number 2.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like dependent on bag, how fast you can stack that stuff. But if you get a little lucky, like you can burst out a DPC really quickly, like before your opponent has a chance to end it. So
yeah,
we will see.
Especially the save O and save SZ one where you get the Tetris PCs, because you want to be able to blitz out as fast as you can because there's no complete garbage blocking in PPT, so it's very easy to cancel out any DPC just by sending one line. So it's a lot more difficult to get the PC, but if you can get it, it's very rewarding. Because even if Amemiya has a full 4-wide built up, if he's receiving 10 lines, after he places his next piece, he's receiving all 10 lines. So unless he can cancel any of it with his next line clear. So, he's going to have to be very careful. Amemiya's going to have to do a lot of screen watching to make sure he's not overstacking.
I think like kind of an underappreciated aspect of the game, like that, you don't experience as much in the lower levels. It's just like the amount of awareness you have to have of your opponent's board state and kind of timing based on what you see.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. In a game like PPT where timing is crucial due to the lack of garbage blocking, you really need to make sure that you're aware of what your opponent has. Because if your opponent has a lot of offensive resources on their board, you have to make sure you're getting down. Because even if you have stuff ready to cancel, all it takes is just one big spike and then you're done. So you really need to make sure that you're always aware of your opponent's board state.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm being told that another promotional video may be run soon. So let's see.
I'll turn on a video just because we have some time.
Soのタイトルで一番リスクのある勝負ですね。が獣道。
決まってしまうのか、このまま行ってしまうか、東軍。
Just a quick heads up that mainstream is still going through an intermission, so as soon as the mainstream intermission is done, we'll get this match rolling.
2年で神になった男という公式の政治的な称号をもらったんで、いやまあ快感ですね。テトリス界だったらもちろん知名度と実力一番トップだったのも自分だと思うんで、やっぱりテトリスが広まってほしいのが第一で、モンキーちゃん見てる人の中で自分のこと知らない人たくさんいると思うんで、そこで知ってもらえたら嬉しいなっていう。
テトリスはもともと自分が昔一人用でかなりやってたっていうのもあって、結構興味のあるタイトルで。認識だったから獣道のタイトルにはできなかったんだけど、ところが俺が配信してる時に「のりちゃん」って戦えるやついるらしいよっていう情報が来て、マジで
天 主にその連戦して、強い人同士で連戦して誰にもその負け越さないってところで、この無敗記録の時が結構あったんですよ。その2年半無敗とかで、その破られちゃったんで。
それはそうか、その東京界隈だともう重みがあったんです。
そうですね、その時は雨宮やるのかみたいな感じの大事な試合は。
その時はやっぱショックだった。
ショックでしたね。
だから記録的には2年と8ヶ月間でしたね、連戦無敗記録は。ついにここで破られてしまいました。いやー、負けたかました。ついに
雨宮一強じゃねえのかよ、今違うらしい。ってことはじゃあ獣道やれるじゃん。雨宮対カズ。
18歳の高校3年生です。
直接会ったことはないですけど、ネット対戦で当時トップ争ってて、レートので、それで死闘を繰り広げて知ったみたいな感じですかね。
リスペクトしてますね。多分僕は雨宮さんがいなかったらプロテト自体こんなにやり込んでないので、ただの遊び程度にしかやってないと思います。僕がちょっと無名時代にやってた時に目つけられて、こんなに強い人に目つけられてるんだったら頑張ろうかなっていう慣れたんで、この時代はもうずっと負けてたんですけど、それで目標ができて頑張れたなっていう、対戦できるんで嬉しいですね。
全然しないですね、全くしないです。本当にどれぐらいやってないんだろう。
雨宮さんはまあ神って言われてるんで、僕と戦うの嫌だろうなっていうのが自分でもあって、結構遠慮してたんですけど、なんか言われちゃうんで、負けたらいろいろかわいそうだなっていうのはあったんで、あんまり対戦はしないようにはしてました。
勝ったり負けたりする言うてそう多分強気にいってるんじゃないかなっていうだけだと思うけど、
いやもう僕の方が強いですよ絶対勝てます。自信はありますね。
もうまあでもオンラインと多分オフラインの差を分かってないんじゃないかなっていう、カズ君はちょっと別得意だと俺は個人的に思ってる。オンラインとオフライン大会とか全部オフラインなんで、基本的にオフラインで勝てて評価されるみたいな。なんなら多分テトリス界で一番大会出てると思うんですね。オフラインのやっぱ違いをね見せていきたいですね。そこはやっぱり一番甘くないですね。
これに勝つためだけですね。もうそのためだけにめちゃめちゃ頑張りました。アメヤさんって、ね、最近ちょっと浮かれてるんですよ、正直。なんていうか、もう明確な隠したとばっかりやってるような気がするんですよ。僕のプレイヤー視点から見たらそう見える。なんでここで一回叩き潰しといて、また勝負の世界に戻ってきてほしいなっていうのがあって、また負けを恐れずに挑み続ける雨宮太陽が見たいっていうのが、この時代が好きだったんで、ここに戻ってきてほしいなっていう。
とりあえず熱い試合はできると思う。
本番当日はまあ神がボコボコにされる姿が見れると思います。
前レッドブル 5G でその雨宮君を見た時にものすごい自信だったんですよ自分は要するに東のチームで雨宮君も東のチームでどうなのって勝てそうって聞いたらいけますよってテトリスの電池僕組んでるプリプロと全一なんで大丈夫です向こうは両方とも全2なんでみたいななんか若い才能のテンプレみたいな子だなと思ってそうって言って、そういう印象があってでやっぱりダントツだっていう神だって言われててでテトリスやったことない人ってそうそう出会えないはずですよ、誰でもやったことあるようなそういうゲームでやっぱり一番だっていうので、それはすごく価値があっていうか魅力がありましたよね。
PV 見ましたけど、ちょっと雨宮君やっぱ 大人になりましたね。顔つきとか昔はもっと幼かったんですよ。初めて会った時とかもあの時10代とかでえらい若い子がねおるなと思ってたんですけど、顔つきとか目つきとかすごいやっぱこの数年間で変わってきたなっていう印象でしたね。
当然というか、その初めて会った時のようなこう万能感、俺が神だっていう感じっていうのはなくなってたんですよ。あの状態でずっといけるわけないんで、それは当然の変化なんだけど、ある意味ではその危うい状態だったんですよね。なんかふわふわしてるっていうか、自分自身多分その状況を受け止めれてないっていうか、持ち上げられるし勝ってるから俺すげえっていう、自分もね10代の時にそういう有頂天だった時期があるから分かるんだけど、で本当の自信とか本当の自信っていうのはつまりこう俺が強えぜっていうんじゃなくて、俺はやれるんだって、俺は今までやってきたんだっていう、本当に自分を信じると書いて自信だけど、そういう意味での自信っていうのがつくのその後なんですよね。いいこともあった、悪いこともあった、だけど俺は続けてるとか、だけど俺はまだ努力してるとか、だけど俺はまだ勝ってるっていう、そのやっぱりこう熟成させる期間が必要なんですよ、本当の自信を身につけるためには。めちゃくちゃ勝った時期の俺全然大丈夫ですよっていうあれは本当の自信じゃないんですよね、まだ青いっていうかね。だから時間経って会ってみて、もう俺から5年ぐらい経ってたのかな、5、6年後に会ったけど、いい成長の仕方したなって、いい熟成の仕方したなっていう、プレイヤーとしてね、そういうふうに思いましたね、会った時に。
もうストイックっすね。会話してても結構ゲームの話になることが多いですし、ね、日頃やっぱこうどうやったら勝つかみたいな、とにかくやっぱゲーム、勝負事に対してはすごいストイックな子ですね。
ゲームバカですね完全にそう、本当にその興味のあることをとことん追求するっていう人柄で、それ以外のことが見えなくなってもいっぺんにそっちの方向向いちゃうみたいな、それくらいにはもうゲームのことしか考えてないなっていう感じがしますね。だからこそもう実力でもうずっと君臨し続けられるっていうところもありますし、い
や彼、今回そのテトリス出ると思うんですし、その一般的なテトリスの人っていう印象あるんですけど、一応ぷよぷよのプロライセンスも彼持ってて、またそのぷよぷよ本格的に初めて1年足らずの時に僕と100詐欺やって負けたんですよ。もうそのまがいなりにも一応僕プロちゃんとしたね大会で成績出した上でプロになったんですけど、そのプロである僕が1年足らずのやつに100先って、しかも実力っすからね 100%。だから2先とかの運営じゃなくて100先でちゃんとその100対73とかで負けたんで、もう生まれ持ったその天性のゲームスキル、才能がもうちゃうなって思いましたね。その時はもうショックっていうか、もうただ単に感心した記憶がありますね。
そうですね、僕もその出会いがレトロ 5G だったんですよ。何年前か2013とかの頃かな、その頃に、初めてそのアメミヤ太陽がオフラインでこう大会に来るみたいな話で、アメミヤ太陽かなり方向音痴で、なんか渋谷に行ってレッドブルの本社の場所に行かなきゃいけなかったんですけど、道が分かんないって言ってて、じゃあ道案内するよって言って渋谷で待ち合わせしたんですけど、渋谷のオーライのど真ん中でその光の真ん前で座って待ってたんですよ。あぐらかいて待っててこいつ大物だなみたいなもう明らかになんか常人じゃない感性をしてるみたいなところがあって、なんかそういうところからね、もう注目はしてましたよね。一目置いてたところはあったんで、それでいて当時その最強って呼ばれていた宇宙人と呼ばれてたその HBM 選手、ヘボマイ選手ですね。彼を一瞬で抜き去って、もうテトリスの最強の座、神の座にこう上り詰めたという歴史があるので、今回のカードはそういう意味でも面白いんですよね。最強格に上り詰めた自分が下克上した後にこう今度は自分が抜かれる側に回ってるんじゃないかなっていうような、
地に足がついてるなっていうか、 初めて会った時の方が強いっていうか、その圧勝できるんだろうけど相手がいなかったから、でもまだまだ未熟ですよね。ただただ勝ってただけなんで、今の方がやっぱ、強くなってんじゃないかな、人として、プレイヤーとして強くなってんじゃないかなって、そういう感じはしましたね。
まあ、やっぱり世代交代になるのかっていうところですよね。まあ、ずっと長年8年間ぐらいその雨宮君が最強だっていうことで言われてましたけれども、まあ、そろそろもう逃げ場がなくなってきたというか、もうカズ君のちゃんと実力と向き合わなきゃいけないっていうところまで来てるなっていうところはすごく感じますね。
お前ら負けると思ってるんだろ、でも違うんだよっていう自信ってやっぱあるんですよ、プレイヤーには。お前ら負けると思ってるだろ、でもそうはいかない、そうはならないんだよっていうのを分かってる。でもそれは結局経験なんですよ、俺が言いたい強さっていうのはそこで、最初はだから勝ってたからいけると思ってる、勝ててるんだからいける。でも今そうじゃないですよね。経験で今までの積み重ね、今までの取り組みで俺が勝てるんだ、それは俺だけ知ってりゃいいっていう、多分そういう状態なんですよ、だからいけるっていう、ああいう雰囲気、になるんだと思いますよね、ただその結局まあ公式ではないにしろ、最後に戦った時に何十戦ってやった時にそのカズ君が勝ってる、だから言えないですよね、俺が勝つって言えないんですよ。勝負の世界ってそういうもんで、負けてる方は言えないんだけど、そうはなんないよって思ってるっていうね、いいですよ、いい対決だと思いますよ。
いやー、本番めちゃくちゃ強いんですよね、雨宮君。出る大会ほぼほぼ優勝してますからね。そういうところを含めると、そのまだまだ伝説作ってくれそうだなって予感させるぐらいのポテンシャルを持ってますよね。まあそうですね、普通にその何もプレッシャーがない状態、その実力を最大限出せる状態でやれるならば、のカズ君の方がもうある程度上に来てるのかなっていうようなところももちろんあるんですけれども、やっぱり本番のその魔物がいますからね、そういうところに飲まれないかどうかっていうのは結構気になりますね。
あれはね、過去の雨宮君がね、若いし才能があるし実際勝ってる、だから雨宮君だよね、過去の、だから怖いもの知らずの雨宮と酸いも甘いも知った雨宮の対決って感じに俺は見えちゃうね、まあ、それだけやっぱ圧倒的な才能と若さと、まあ、当然自信もすごいだろうし、まだまだね、2人とも俺から見れば若いけど年齢的にはね、でもそういう新旧対決というかね、まあ、そういう対比に見えますよね、対決はね。
やっぱりその火力効率が段違いに、まあ、昔から高かったんですけど、まあ、それプラスカズさん側が、立ち回りも覚えてきて、火力と立ち回りを両立し始めたあたりから、やっぱりちょっと一歩抜きんでたねっていう見立てに出してますね。テトリス界は今6強って呼ばれてて、3強にプラス3人されて、今強い人が6人いるよっていう状態なんですけど、その6強の中でもなんか一歩抜きんでちゃった感じがあるんですよね。それって多分彼の中で自信になってて、自分が普段通りにやれば勝てるっていうレベルになってくると、自分が普段通りにやるっていうことに集中できるんですよね。それさえやってれば勝てるみたいな。これが互角とかだとまた別の話になってくるんですけど、まあ普通にやってれば勝てるでしょうぐらいの認識でプレイするのであれば、もしかしたらそこまでブレない可能性もあるかなっていうところはありますね。やっぱり自信が源なので、メンタルの。
彼が負けるってあんま想像できないですけど、まあそれはもうね、それはもうあれや、俺に謝らなあかんわ。
最近になってテトリスの開幕のテンプレっていうのが大きく変化があったんですよ。海外にも競合がたくさんいるんですけど、そういうところも含めて日夜そのテンプレートが開発されてるんですね。で、雨宮君が結構その使ってるテンプレートっていうのがよく言われる DT4 みたいな、T スピンダブルからトリプルを打ってそのまま箸開け連につないでいくみたいなテンプレートでもう8年ぐらいずっと戦ってたんですけど、ここ最近になってもう上位勢が別のテンプレートを使い始めたんですよ。 その実にトリプルを打ってからダブルを打ってそのままパーフェクトクリアを目指すみたいな、そういった火力の出そうなテンプレの方が強いんじゃないかっていうことで研究が進んでて、実際にそれを使ってるプレイヤーの方が結果を出してきてるんですよね。なんかそれをちょっと今回はその雨宮君側が追いかける形になってるんですよね、技術に対して。やっぱりこう最近の技術取り入れないと厳しいのかなっていうふうに言われたりとか、実際にその対戦の内容とか見てても、その開幕の火力で押し切られてそのまま負けちゃうみたいな展開がやっぱり増えてたので、そこを改善するっていうのは本当に価値にきてるなという気がしますね。
いやまあ雨宮君が負けるのやりますわ。雨宮君が負けるってね、ありえないね。彼そのオンラインとかではね、そのたまに負けたりするかもしれんけど、この大舞台勝負するんですよ。レッドブルの教室部門の大会とかも俺現地で見たけど、勝負強い、大舞台でここ一番ってとこでそういうの持ってるから、僕は彼が負けるってのはちょっと思ってないっすね。負けるなんて負けたらあかんねんね。俺から言うのは以上かな。
今の段
雨宮太陽
2年で神になった男っていう公式の政治的な情報もらったんで、いやまあ快感ですね。テトリス界だったらもちろん知名度と実力一番トップだったのも自分だと思うんで、やっぱりテトリスが広まってほしいのが第一で、モンキーに多分見てる人の中で自分のこと知らない人たくさんいると思うんで、そこで知ってもらえたら嬉しいなっていう。
テトリスはもともと自分が昔一人用でかなりやってたっていうのもあって、結構興味のあるタイトルで、テトリスの対戦みたいなっていうのがあったんだけど、自分の知識だと雨宮太陽が一強すぎて獣道にならんっていう認識だったから獣道のタイトルにはできなかったんだけど、ところが俺が配信してる時に「梅ちゃんって戦えるやついるらしいよ」っていう情報が来て、マジで
主に連戦して、強い人同士で連戦して誰にも負け越さないってところで、無敗記録の時が結構あったんですよ。2年半無敗とかで破れちゃったんで。
それはそうか、テトピオ界隈だともう重みがあったんです。
そうですね、その時は雨宮やれるのかみたいな感じの大事な試合は、
その時はやっぱショックだった。
ショックでしたね。
だから記録的には2年と8ヶ月間でしたね。連戦無敗記録はついにここで破られてしまいました。いやー、負けたかました。ついに
雨宮一強じゃねえのかよ。今違うらしい。ってことはじゃあ獣道やれるじゃん。雨宮対カズ。
18歳の高校3年生です。
直接会ったことはないですけど、ネット対戦で当時トップ争ってて、レートのそれで死闘を繰り広げて知ったみたいな感じですかね。
リスペクトしてますね。多分僕が雨宮さんがいなかったらプロテト自体こんなにやり込んでないので、ただの遊び程度にしかやってないと思います。僕がちょっと無名時代にやってた時に目つけられて、こんなに強い人に目つけられてるんだったら頑張ろうかなっていう慣れたんで、この時代はもうずっと負けてたんですけど、それで目標ができて頑張れたなっていう、対戦できるんで嬉しいですね。
全然しないですね。全くしないです、本当に。どれぐらいやってないんだろう。
雨宮さんは神って言われてるんで、僕と戦うの嫌だろうなっていうのが自分でもあって、結構遠慮してたんですけど、言われちゃうんで、負けたらいろいろかわいそうだなっていうのはあったんで、あんまり対戦はしないようにはしてました。
勝ったり負けたりですよ、言うて。そう多分強気にいってるんじゃないかなっていうだけだと思うけど。
いや、もう僕の方が強いですよ。 絶対勝てます。自信はありますね。
もう、まあでもオンラインと多分オフラインの差を分かってないんじゃないかなっていう。カズ君は。ちょっと別区切りだと俺は個人的に思ってる。オンラインとオフライン。大会とか全部オフラインなんで、基本的に。オフラインで勝てて評価されるみたいな。なんなら多分テトリス界で一番大会出てると思うんですね。オフラインのやっぱ違いをね見せていきたいですね。そこはやっぱり一番甘くないですね。
これに勝つためだけですね。もうそのためだけにめちゃめちゃ頑張りました。アメミヤさんってね、最近ちょっと浮かれてるんですよ、正直。なんていうか、もう明確な隠し立とばっかりやってるような気がするんですよ。僕のプレイヤー視点から見たらそう見える。なんで、ここで一回叩き潰しといて、また勝負の世界に戻ってきてほしいなっていうのがあって、また負けを恐れずに挑み続けるアメミヤ太陽が見たいっていうのが、その時代が好きだったんで、ここに戻ってきてほしいなっていう。
とりあえず熱い試合はできると思う。確認する。
本番当日はまあ神がボコボコにされる姿が見れると思います。
お待たせいたしました。次の試合の準備が整いましたので、
Hey, well,
早速ぷよぷよテトリスの
as you can see on the left of the screen here, they're going to be covering up Kazu's face because he's a high school age and didn't want to show his face for this event. But on the right, you're going to get to see Amemiya walking in, so... Oh boy.
And here he comes. In all his glory. Amemiya Tayo. The champ. Right there. They call him God in Japan.
Can I also talk about the design of the chairs too? Like, they've got no backrest. You got to be leaning forward and hard gaming that entire duration.
Yeah, I mean those monitors are pretty low relative to where their heads are. So yeah, and look, you got Kazu getting a little bit of a bow there, getting his headset on. He's ready to game. You can tell, you know, he's really ready, and so is Amemiya.
Yep. Well, here we are.
And
Okay.
hopefully they're both nice and warm.
Yeah. Though,
Probably a place to warm up before this happened.
now, to be fair, this is like a first to 30, right? So even if you don't start the set all too strong, you know, there's definitely some room to come back.
Yeah, is it a first to 30?
That's
Is
what
that
I've
what they
been
said?
told.
That's what I've been
Yeah.
told too, but I haven't heard definitively. But we will see. It should be quite the set here.
ありがとうございます。さあということで、いよいよやってまいりましたぷよぷよ。
Yeah, just getting ready here.
いわゆるその PV の
Very
パンチ。
very interesting to see the dynamics that are going to be at play here. Because with first to 30, it's a long enough set that there's going to be a lot of room for momentum shifts. So, you know, we'll be able to see how that plays out. Because, you know, so I am happy to see that it is going to be a respectable set length. Because I've seen far too many tournaments where sets have been decided by 7 games or even sometimes 10 or 11 games. It's just not enough to really get the gist. So it's nice to see that, you know, we're playing a decent amount of games here.
Yeah, for sure. Like, I don't know. I feel like after a set this long, you know, you can really... how do I word this? There aren't too many excuses after that, you know?
Exactly. No amount of RNG or no amount of bad luck or whatever you want to call it is going to sway a first to 30. It's going to be a skill-based outcome.
And I believe we're getting started here. I'm trying to. I've seen the scoreboard on the bottom.
Oh, it's a best of 13 set. Okay.
Interesting.
So
Wait, so that's a first to 7, right?
okay.
Okay.
More or
that's-
less. It seems that is not.
It is not, in fact, a first to 30. Okay.
Okay, but they're off here. Seeing Kazu looks to be playing pretty comfortably. He's got Amemiya really high up on his board. But Amemiya is working through this with a nice down stack. He's going to be able to make a T-spin single here. He has to skim down, but he's through most of his bad garbage here. But Kazu has a positional advantage here. He's much lower on his board. He doesn't have all this nasty garbage to get through. But Amemiya is going to be fishing for a combo here, and he's going to find a pretty good one here. He's going to get 7 and 8. And that really reverses the positions a little bit here. But fortunately for Kazu, his garbage came out pretty clean. So he's going to be able to work through this relatively easily.
Yeah, Kazu got to go for a bit of a donation there, and Amemiya canceling with a bit of a stack of his own.
Yeah, but Kazu has fortunately some pretty clean garbage here.
Small misdrop from Kazu there. For I think first misdrop we've seen this set, but he cleans it up really quickly with the donation, and you know, still in the mid game here.
Yeah, quite a misdrop there from Amemiya, and that second misdrop is really going to complicate his down stack. If Kazu can get the pressure out here quick, he's going to be able to take the set. Amemiya is finding somewhat of a down stack, but all Kazu needs is to get a little bit of pressure out. But Amemiya seems to have gotten through the worst of it here.
Yeah, you know, like just the speed at which he dealt with that misdrop, absolutely crazy.
Amemiya is very, very good at down stacking, and he's really showing that off here because he was able to get out of a very dangerous position there because he had a good down stack and Kazu just couldn't get the pressure out.
Yeah, Kazu maintaining the pressure, but just Amemiya's steady and consistent down stack is getting him out repeatedly.
Bit of timing there from Kazu, tanking the garbage to be able to send a little bit more. Misdrops a piece and isn't able to get his T-spin. Amemiya is very high up here, but if he can get down to that garbage, it's really clean, and he has the eyepieces to deal with it.
Yeah, I'm really kind of like, I'm liking sort of what I'm seeing defensively actually in this set. You know, I think a common mistake that a lot of like lower level players would make in PPT is just not knowing when to downstack. And both of these players, like, they have the perfect instincts for it. They know when to defend.
Exactly. And that's what's going to give Amemiya these chances against Kazu, because Kazu is known for his almost unrivaled ability to send massive amounts of pressure. And Amemiya is very strong defensively, and he's going to need that to be able to survive all these back-to-back sequences that Kazu's going to throw at him. And it's working very well for him here in this game. So far. I mean,
the big factor too, though, is the garbage messiness, and sometimes a little RNG goes a long way. And you see right now, actually, Amemiya with a lot of cheesy garbage, Kazu on a big down stack, and Amemiya doesn't really have any way to get out. And yeah, that's the first round right there. Kazu takes it.
Yeah, Kazu just had the right spike at the right time. Sometimes you need to wait for just the most opportune moment to be able to get those spikes out, and that's what Kazu did.
All right. Amemiya with a slightly awkward TSD stack, so he's gonna have to skim out of there. But Kazu maintaining that pressure. Amemiya already pushed up so high.
You know, it's moments like this that show how this match is going to be able to go if Amemiya is not able to match that early pressure. Because if Amemiya can't survive these early pressure sequences from Kazu, he's going to be playing at a disadvantage. And that doesn't necessarily mean Kazu's going to win, but it's going to make it a lot more difficult for Amemiya to get into the positions that he likes to be in. Try those nice defensive sequences where he just waits for his moment and finds the right combo. And yeah, Kazu's going to take another game here.
Yeah, Kazu just like firing away. And what I'm beginning to realize is that in pretty much every single round, like, Amemiya starts at a disadvantage.
Well, yeah, but now we're going to see Amemiya's going for his DT 4 wide here. Very careful not to stack it too much. And he's very good at stacking in a way that gives him garbage access. Unfortunately for him, he's not able to get the eyepiece at the right time, but he gets a nice combo. But so does Kazu.
Yeah, 13 red. Oh my god. Yeah, that's gonna outdo even that small 4 wide that Amemiya was able to build up.
Exactly, and it seems it's first to 13 sets, not games.
I see. Okay,
This is quite the match here.
Oh,
okay. Amemiya has a very nice 4 wide here.
Yeah, this
Kazu is gonna have to.
Kazu.
Yeah, he's gonna have to get something going here. And Amemiya has garbage access.
Oh, that's gonna be tough.
Yeah, that's what Kazu has to be careful about. Amemiya, if he gets those 4 wides up high enough and he gets garbage access, it doesn't matter how high he stacked it. If he can get access, he can continue the combo anyway. And that's the danger against playing against these 4 wides. And Amemiya is getting the garbage in the perfect spot here.
Oh, but Kazu has a bit of a power stack of his own, and he's going to try to kind of counter with his own combo.
Oh, we're getting a little bit of stalling here.
We're seeing a little stalling.
Yeah. One of the things that's going to happen here is Kazu cannot play afraid of Amemiya's 4 wide. He just has to be very confident in his abilities, whether it be countering with a combo or trying to limit it with back-to-back. But if he's playing afraid of these 4 wides, it's really not going to work out.
Absolutely right.
Because they're going to come, and he's going to have to deal with them. And he's been doing a decent job at it so far, but he has to be very careful of those extra big combos that can result from some fortunate garbage on Amemiya's side.
I will say, though, you know, I think like Kazu dealt with it pretty well there. He saw a little bit of an opening to combo stack, and, you know, just that little bit of time was enough for him to get something to cancel.
Exactly.
Oh, big O misdrop from Amemiya there, actually, and that's just going to be the round.
That's another round there for Kazu.
So 1-1 for this current set.
All right. We're seeing some mountain stacking from Kazu, and Kazu's preparing to stack in a way that might lead to a bit of a combo here, but he's neglecting to go for that. Instead of going for a smaller combo here, I guess he deemed it not a good idea to upstack more there.
And a little bit more stalling, you know, I think he knows just from screen watching that Amemiya's combo is going to be really big here.
Yeah, and this is where the mental game comes in, because Kazu has to, you know, be aware of his opponent's board here and judge, you know, how much of a combo he can handle, and he knows that Amemiya is going to be able to continue this combo.
Yeah,
and now they're just waiting to see who's going to budge here.
I mean, realistically speaking, though, the pressure's on Kazu because Amemiya has all this garbage access. Like, this combo is not going to end anytime soon.
No, I mean, this is a beautiful, beautiful combo right here.
Yeah, this is gonna be rather problematic for Kazu here. Yep, the combo starts to come in and it's just too much. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Amemiya takes the second set. Wait. Oh, it's first to 3 sets? Wait.
Yeah, first to 3.
First to 3 sets? Oh, okay. Never mind. Oh.
And Kazu's gonna get the PC here, and that's just gonna be an instant victory for him right there.
Yeah, that's the 4 wide counter though, you know. If you can find those PC openers with the triple doubles, which is what we were talking about earlier, you know, it can be really, really hard to surmount.
Yeah.
If you're the 4 wider.
Kazu's been training those openers very, very hard lately, and it's all with the intention of countering that 4 wide.
Absolutely right. Kazu actually like kind of power stacked a little bit. I think he was looking for some combo continuation. He's gonna get it. Amemiya on the down stack, but not quite in the clear yet. And that's gonna be it. Yeah.
Yeah, another game right there for Kazu. And that's gonna be another set in the books. We got a 2-0 set lead here for Kazu.
Yeah, just too much pressure. I think like even though Amemiya's defense is super consistent, just sometimes too much damage is too much damage, and Kazu's really finding those openings.
Yeah. And you know, it's all about just making sure, you know, you have just enough damage, not only to cancel off anything that the DT cannon might send, but to be able to get that extra bit of power to push up the 4-wide so that you can't extend it too much. And unfortunately for Kazu, he's going to be at the mercy of the RNG a little bit when it comes to where the garbage spawns on Amemiya's side, because we've seen a few times where, you know, the garbage spawns right in the 4-wide well, and Amemiya can just keep continuing. And, you know, we've seen a little bit of stalling as, you know, Kazu tries to devise some sort of plan on how he's going to counter it, but sometimes, you know, there's not going to be any quick counter in those positions, and Kazu's just going to have to tank the garbage and hope for the best. So it's all about making sure Kazu doesn't have to get into those positions in the first place.
Yeah, for those wondering what the break is, I believe between every single set. Actually, wait, it's not every single set. I mean, I do remember during some of the other game matchups that they had, every once in a while they take a short intermission for the Japanese commentators to talk. So, I mean, presumably that's our opening as well, I suppose, for the restream. But
indeed,
yeah, that's where the break is coming from for those who are curious.
Yeah.
Not a long break, though. We should be getting right back into it pretty soon.
Yeah. Giving both players a little bit of time to gather their nerves a bit. And we'll see if Amemiya can come back and try to shift the tides a little bit here. Because he's down 2 sets, but he hasn't been out of the competition by any means. So
yeah, I mean, in a first to 13 of sets, like, the amount of room for a comeback is just enormous.
Indeed,
like, 2 sets, really, in the grand scheme of things, isn't all that much. So, we will have to see.
Yeah, I mean, so far, I'm not seeing too much evidence of nerves on either player's sides. The misdrops have been pretty limited. The few that have happened have been consequential in some cases, but that's just Tetris for you. So I think both of these players are confident and comfortable in their positions here.
Yeah, I mean, we'll have to see. I think, like, mental game so far is still at a neutral, but, you know, I think things start to change as the set continues. So I think we'll kind of see, like, a more consistent set dynamic as time goes on here.
Yeah, both players are only going to get more settled in as the set goes. Maybe towards the end, we'll see, you know, that extra bit of pressure change things a little bit, but I mean, both players are, you know, they're getting comfortable to some extent, and I think they're just playing their games here.
Yeah, and I believe we're back to our regularly scheduled PPT here. Gonna get into our 3rd set of the event. Okay.
Switching sides here.
Oh, switching sides, I see. Okay.
Like in a sport game.
Oh, PCO from Amemiya. Not what I was expecting to see at all, actually. Oh, but the garbage is so clean for Kazu. Oh, that's actually trouble for Amemiya. Just look at that clean garbage.
That T-spin triple on Amemiya's side was a little bit too risky for my tastes, and I think that's ultimately what cost him this game. You know, he was up way too high, and he had some cleaner options there. But now we're watching Amemiya going for the soft drop DT there, and Kazu has this massive misdrop on his side that he's going to have to fix. And Kazu is really fighting an uphill battle in this game. Amemiya's got his 4-wide out, and Kazu's playing at a disadvantage here. That's going to be the game for Amemiya.
Like, again, just any severe misdrop is just instant death, because, like, the amount of pressure that either player could put out in the time that it would take for any person to fix a misdrop is just way too much.
Yeah, but especially Kazu is at risk when he misdrops, because every time he misdrops, that's more time Amemiya has to extend his combo. And 4-wides get much more powerful, you know, the longer the combo is. So it's not like with back-to-back spamming where, you know, the pressure is always going to be more or less the same. You know, the longer the combo is, the more damage it sends.
All right. A couple misdrops from Kazu there, actually, but he was able to clean it up pretty quickly. Amemiya on a bit of a down stack. He's got a clean board of his own.
Yeah, a little misdrop from Amemiya, but he's able to turn it into a T-spin pretty easily.
Okay. Both boards cheesed up right now, but Kazu's is a little bit lower. So he's got a bit of an advantage here. If he's able to find some kind of setup out of this, and yes, he will. C-spin build from Kazu here.
Oh, but that misdrop ruins it. You can salvage this with a T-spin, but it's not what he was looking for, unfortunately for him. But he seems to have fixed it pretty cleanly here, but Amemiya is still in a bit of an advantageous position.
That canceling from Kazu, though, was pretty much perfect, even down to the triple. And he's pretty much all the way down, despite all those misdrops. Very, very impressive.
Exactly. Stuff. Both these players are very good at down stacking, because Kazu was known for his pressure, but lately he's really refined his down stacking too. And that's really a display here. And Amemiya's is not going to be able to handle this pressure.
Yeah, I mean, I think Amemiya had set up a bunch of cancels, but Kazu just tanked all of them. Just, you know, really, really good awareness to kind of tank all of that, and he was able to sneak all of his lines through there. Oh, TST tower build from Amemiya. Kind of greedy, but it could work out in his favor if he's able to set up the entire thing off, and he's going to be able to.
Making a good sequence here. Both players up really high here. It's a matter of who can get more damage out quick. But the eyepiece misdrop for Amemiya is really brutal, and that's another set in the books for Kazu here.
Yeah, actually, despite, you know, the predicted kind of notion of Kazu having more nerves to deal with, I realized that Amemiya is actually misdropping just as much, if not more. So that's definitely a factor. Oh, Amemiya's 4-wide? Maybe not quite as good as it could have been? No. Still going to get a lot of combo off of it, but not enough to kill.
But he does have that beautiful garbage there to work with. That's going to send out a lot of really quick pressure, and Kazu's going to have to hurry up, cycle to his T-piece, but he gets the cut copy, and that's a massive spike. Oh, but he misdrops his combo continuation. And that's very greedy Kaiden.
That was one of the more risky Kaidans I've seen in my time, but, you know, able to pull it out barely. And he's on his way down now.
Amemiya stacking up for Tetris here. He's going to have a nice T-spin follow-up. Kazu's just down stacking, trying to keep himself in a good position. He's going to go for a bit of a combo here. Now he's just going to try to get down. Meanwhile, Amemiya's got a bit of a 5 combo here. And, you know, both players trying to either take those combos or do that, you know, triple and double style of down stacking to minimize line clears. Very important tactic to use in PPT if you want to be able to down stack quicker. And we're seeing a lot of that, especially on Amemiya's side.
However, that same kind of down stacking does give Kazu a little bit more time to get out of situations there. And even though I think it's pretty safe to say that Kazu's board state was worse for a bit there, you know, we're pretty close to equal now.
Now Kazu just going for a lot of back-to-back pressure. He's going to opt to down stack a little bit here. But both players pretty low on their boards. Kazu's going to up stack a little bit. And he's just going to keep sending this pressure. Amemiya has an STSD built up. He's going to take the TSS. Hopes of getting a Tetris here.
Actually, Amemiya has a ton of clean garbage at his disposal here. This is very good positioning for Amemiya. Really nice counting to 4 there, too. And into a side 4-1. Oh.
Kazu's going to have to hurry up and build up some defensive resources here because this is a very big 4-wide.
Oh, this is actually big trouble for Kazu. That's a big 4-wide. Does Kazu have the resources to fend this off? Because like this is an enormous combo we're looking at here. Kazu takes multiple T-spins and he's barely able to live. At a pretty significant disadvantage though.
He narrowly survives. He has some messy garbage, but he seems to have gone through the worst of it. But that new garbage coming in isn't any cleaner. And he's fighting an uphill battle here now.
Oh, but the really nice combo continuation for Kazu, and he's gonna continue living. What a round we are looking at right now. Big misdrop from
Kazu.
Gonna turn it into an S prop. Wow.
Very resourceful from Kazu there.
Crazy stuff. Amemiya actually stacking up a little bit more red. I think just, you know,
a little bit too
realizing that getting those little spikes. Big combo from Amemiya.
Misdrop from Kazu. It's not the worst, but does he have the right pieces to downstack it with? And it's not looking like his pieces are too favorable here.
Gonna get like a small 4 combo there, but Amemiya's got the pressure at the ready, and Kazu's definitely in a bit of a tight situation here. If he wants to
but he's getting a very well-timed downstack. It's going to keep him alive for now, but Amemiya's not holding up with this pressure, and that's going to be enough, and Amemiya's going to take this round.
Yeah, that big C-spin from Amemiya, kind of recognizing that he needed to find that pressure quickly. Definitely
another PCO on Amemiya's side.
Huh. Okay, Kazu actually trying to stall to tank the perfect clear, but not gonna be able to.
Oh, but then it backfired with the 1 in 10. Oh no! And Amemiya's going to build up red. Oh, that was a really risky play from Kazu, and it really did not work out for him there.
And the garbage access for Amemiya is going to make the combo even longer, and Kazu is in some serious trouble.
Oh, and the eyepiece misdrop will seal the deal, but man, Kazu knew what game he was playing, trying to tank that PC, and the garbage just happened to spawn in the worst spot possible. Let's hope that he's able to keep his head in the game and doesn't get tilted from that, because that's something that could tilt just about anyone. Ooh, and he had the PC. He had the PC and he misdropped it, but he's not out of this yet. He finds a good down stack, but will he be able to do it quick enough? Oh, I think he misheld there.
Yeah, I think he was trying to greed a little bit more to get a T-spin, but Amemiya found the pressure in time.
And Amemiya's going to take back take his first set here, and we're at 3-1. It's looking like we're going to have these small intermissions every 2 sets.
All right.
But yeah, I mean, Kazu. Let's hope that he's not tilted from what happened, because those were two sets in a row, or 2 games in a row, where he had those unfortunate misdrops there. Not unfortunate misdrops, but unfortunate developments, whether it be a misdrop or that really unfortunate 1 in 10 with that STSD.
I will say this, though, you know, Amemiya's defense is just, you know, like, I think Amemiya has the consistency to kind of put the pressure on Kazu to play well, you know?
Exactly, because Amemiya he's done this as many times as anyone, and you know, he's confident in the skills that he has, which is his down stacking, his comboing. He's confident in that, and he's not going to waver in his play style, even as, you know, all these other players are getting better at, whether it be back-to-backs or whatever skill set. Amemiya, at the end of the day, is very confident in what he thinks he's good at, and he's going to stick to that.
Yep. I think, like, you know, Kazu kind of needs to, how do I put it? Like, his edge is obviously in down stacking, not down stacking, up stacking, getting those back-to-backs. And I sort of think that that's sort of prone to sort of misdrops as an issue, because if you're stacked up, right, that's definitely where you don't want to be, kind of putting yourself in a precarious position.
Exactly. It's very interesting. And we got two different play styles clashing here. And it's making for some interesting rounds.
Yeah. Still got a ways to go, though. Only 3-1 so far, so we've got a lot of game left to be played. And we are back into it here.
And Kazu has his PC here. He's gonna go for the DPC, but he doesn't get it out in time. All it takes is one line clear and you receive garbage. So it's very difficult to pull out those DPCs here.
I'd also like to talk about kind of like the strategy aspect of the game that we're looking at, because I noticed after that DPC, Kazu tried to stall a little bit, realized that Amemiya was also stalling, and then started to build up a little bit in the perfect way, such that even after Amemiya sent, eventually realizing that Kazu was not stalling, Kazu still had all the resources to pull off his attack.
Exactly. There's a lot of strategy at play here.
Kazu with a super clean stack right now, actually. This is his opportunity to pressure, though it is Amemiya's opportunity to downstack with this pretty large combo he's got in his hands there.
We got Kazu building a little bit of a copy here. He tanks, and he's going to get a huge spike here. That timing is really going to pay off for Kazu here.
Yep.
And Amemiya just can't handle the pressure. Timing is proving to be extremely important in this set. There have been several games decided by it, but yeah, we're going to get Kazu messes up his honey cannon here. Amemiya gets his PC with PCO. And now Kazu's going to have to downstack a little bit.
All right. Amemiya with a pretty clean stack. Going to pull out a TST here as well.
Nice little skim for the T-spin on Kazu's side there. Very creative spin there.
Oh, Kazu gonna take an STSD. This is gonna be huge damage, actually. Does Amemiya have the resources to cancel this off? Gonna be able to live a little bit, but forced to take a lot of cheesy garbage there. Oh, the tank from Kazu. Again, the timing coming into play. But Amemiya has the cancels, so Amemiya gonna live very easily there.
And we got Kazu's gonna T-spin a little bit here, and nice 7 combo from Amemiya. Both players in pretty decent positions here. That garbage Amemiya just received isn't the cleanest, so he's going to have to try to downstack through this as quickly as he can. It's not going to be easy, especially with all this pressure coming in from Kazu.
Actually, Kazu with like a really nice stack here, just to continue pumping out those back-to-backs, but so much clean for Amemiya. Just look at that clean garbage.
Yeah, and now Kazu's board isn't the cleanest anymore, so he's going to have to be very careful with this. He's finding some sort of downstack through it, but yeah, Amemiya is just putting out the pressure. Very interesting way to downstack there on Amemiya's side. And seems to be working out well for him, though. I mean, he's finding his way through this garbage. Trying to find a way to counter 4. He does find it. But Kazu quickly building up a C-spin here. And yeah, he's going to convert that into... Yeah, he upgrades it to a TST. Very nice play by Kazu. But Amemiya is still relatively unfazed by it.
Yeah, just, again, this is kind of like back to what we were discussing earlier about how it's really on Kazu to kind of make things happen in this set. Because Amemiya is just not going down at all.
His downstacking skills are very, very refined, and he's prepared to be able to receive all this back-to-back pressure. Okay, we got Amemiya gonna get a Tetris here into a T-spin setup that could lead to another. He's gonna go for the STSD. Kazu, his board is a little complicated here. That misdrop makes it even more complicated, and that's going to be a game right there for Amemiya.
Yeah. On all things considered, though, I think even without the misdrop, Kazu was definitely in a bit of a tough spot.
Yeah.
I think Amemiya just had a ton of pressure coming, and the misdrop only sealed the deal.
Ooh, big spike here from Kazu. He's going to go into a bit of a combo. He's pushing Amemiya up a little bit. Now he's going to try to quickly get this huge Tetris spike out. And Amemiya's garbage is extremely unfortunate. He finds a nice skim into a TST, though. And he's just going to have to try to get everything he can out. But Kazu may have accepted a little bit too much here. And if he can't kill Amemiya soon, he's going to be in a world of hurt.
Now
Kazu
both
with
with a bit of a
players are up.
combo, but Amemiya also with a combo, so both players kind of trying to get out of that situation that they were both just in.
Seems like they both staved off the worst of it, but very, very close call on both sides there. It went from Kazu having a big advantage to both players being in pretty risky positions. Just shows how quickly the tides can turn.
Big combo for Amemiya here, though. Oh my goodness, look at the spike. Everything's got a combo on the way down here for Amemiya. Kazu able to cancel off the majority of it, but still.
Yeah, and he's going to get a big counter spike, but Amemiya has the C-spin ready to go. And he's going to be able to get a bit of a combo with it, too, because Kazu had a nice 7 combo, but Amemiya is in a pretty good board state here. Is good garbage access. Kazu is just a little too high up. And you can't place that J piece there. That's above the board, and that's going to top you out. Another game is going to go to Amemiya here.
Yeah, Amemiya kind of finding the defensive answers in this set.
Yeah, and we're seeing Kazu building Honey Cannon at pretty much every opportunity here. Really confident with that opener. And Amemiya's going to have a hard time continuing this combo. Those pieces aren't the greatest, and I think Kazu realizes that he doesn't have much left in the tank on Amemiya's side, so it's not worth stalling, and he's just going to keep going. He has his own combo, but Amemiya found another combo here, and this one's going to be pretty big. Kazu survives, but only narrowly.
Yeah, I think the waiting actually didn't go in Kazu's favor because Amemiya just found a down stack so quickly.
Indeed. Ooh, that misdrop.
Big misdrop from Kazu.
Yeah, and Kazu just doesn't have enough time to resolve that one. That set is going to go to Amemiya. Now it's only 3-2 in favor of Kazu.
Yeah, Amemiya starting on a bit of a comeback here.
Yeah, Kazu's going for mountain stacking. He has a PC, but he opts not to take it. Interesting play there. I would have thought he'd go for it, but he would have had to neglect his T-spin, so maybe he didn't think it was worth it.
Perhaps.
But ooh, big combo from Amemiya. Kazu will survive, though.
Okay. Yeah, Kazu just had a rough position from the get-go with that 4-wide, so he's going to be forced to be on the defensive again.
Alright. Yeah, Kazu's position is quite difficult, but he's finding some sort of down stack here that doesn't seem to be too bad, and he's going to go for the float. And yeah, all of a sudden, Amemiya's position isn't so great. Amemiya gets a good donation, though, but Kazu has some quick access to that garbage, and he has a lot of upstack here, and he's going to be able to get out a lot of pressure really quickly. But Amemiya's finding a lot of cancels, but will it be enough? His board state is not easy to work with right now.
Yeah, Amemiya's board really cheesed up. If Kazu can find a little bit more pressure here, Amemiya's in big trouble, plus the misdrop on the Z piece. Gotta seal it. Kazu gonna take the first round of that set. Okay.
We're gonna get some honey cannon over on Kazu's side. Amemiya going for a little bit of LST. He's gonna opt to abort the LST, go for some upstacking here, taking a Tetris, and we just got some more back-to-back pressure on Kazu's side. Both players in relatively good positions here.
I'm really liking how Amemiya kind of mixes up his openers, though, because it really makes it more difficult for Kazu to get a consistent counterplay on him.
Exactly.
Big weight from Amemiya to try to tank a little bit.
Ooh.
Oh, the eye spin.
Amemiya doesn't know his eye spins well enough, apparently. And that's going to cause him a little bit of trouble.
Big eye spin moment.
Ooh, and big J misdrop on Amemiya's side. This is not easy to down stack, and that's going to be another game in the books for Kazu there.
Unfortunate kind of slip up with the eye spin there, and just a single eye spin can just afford so much time to your opponent that it's pretty much no longer feasible to come back. Oh, 4 wide from Amemiya coming in. Does Kazu have the resources to defend this off? Barely, but in a very tough situation.
Kazu's finding some sort of down stack. He was desperate to cancel, so much so that he had to waste that piece for the extra combo link, but it works out well enough, and Kazu's got a nice down stack.
All right. Amemiya on a bit of a combo down stack as well, so... Oh, but so many misdrops from Amemiya. This is actually incredibly unfortunate.
Yeah. Kazu has that pressure ready to go. And that's going to be a 3-0 set there for Kazu. You know, he drops 2 sets to Amemiya, and, you know, he had to answer, and he did.
Yeah, big round. Or rather, big set from Kazu there. I think Amemiya kind of wavered a little bit in the set, more so than the previous ones. Maybe feeling the nerves just a little bit here. Okay. All right. Well.
単純に思っちゃうんですけど、目とかめちゃくちゃ負担かかりそうですけどね。かなりやっぱり選手生命がかなり若い方に偏っていると言いますか、若い選手の方がやはり強いというか、うまいですね。こう人間性能であったりだとか、反射速度みたいなところが、そういったかなり人間のスペックにかかる部分がかなり
Guess it's time to crack open a Red Bull.
Yeah, no better time than now to do that. You see all the commentators there have their Red Bulls ready to go.
Okay.
You know, Amemiya is the Red Bull champion, so I'm sure he has his own as well.
Unfortunately, no Red Bull on hand for me. Just a big thermos of water. That's all I got.
Water is always good.
That is true. That is true. And yep, we're into our 7th set now, I believe.
And we're gonna get this DT on Amemiya's side. He really loves
Kazu
a
tries
DT.
to tank, but it's literally all cheese. So definitely a bit of an unfortunate situation for Kazu right now. But all this clean garbage for Amemiya.
Amemiya didn't get a lot out of that combo though. So as good as his garbage is, it wasn't really going to be enough to kill Kazu because he wasn't able to get enough initial combo.
Alright. Big back-to-back stack from Kazu, assuming he can cash out the whole thing. But Amemiya has a bunch of clean garbage of his own, gonna do pretty much the exact same thing.
Kazu really pumping out back-to-backs here. Very clean sequences. Put in some pressure on. Now he's going to go for a combo a little bit just to get down. Just trying to play it safe, making sure he's not in any like super risky board states.
Now, though,
Amemiya
actually, yeah, Amemiya with a very awkward board state.
gets a cut copy though.
That's a cut
Kazu
combo. Look
has
at that floating.
float.
Look at the floating stacking from Kazu. Kind of a perfect response to it if you think about it. Just able to save up all that attack for after he tanks. And he's gonna be able to almost top out on Amemiya? Not quite. Amemiya still kind of surviving.
Yeah, Amemiya's holding on by a thread here, but Kazu just has enough pressure there, and he's gonna take another game. Ooh, misdropped opener there on Kazu's side. And misdrops a little bit of the fix also, but nothing too serious.
I mean, Amemiya
also,
something, yeah. Both players with some pretty heavy misdrops, and honestly, I think Amemiya's misdrops are actually worse.
Yeah, but both players fixed them pretty well. I think they both lucked out that they both misdropped on the same openers. You know, so they gave each other a little bit of time to sort it out. Kazu going for a big upstack into some sort of combo here.
Oh, big combo from Kazu though. That's a huge 9. Amemiya gonna get a small combo to try to fend off a little bit of the pressure, but Kazu's stacking up with that T-spin and Tetris. Gonna make things quite difficult for Amemiya, but oh, clean garbage. Yet again, the big
really big upstack here for Amemiya. And he's gonna opt to combo down. Now we see a little bit of stalling, but they opt to continue playing, and the stalling wasn't really gonna lead to anything.
All right. Amemiya kind of steadily on his way down. Gonna do decent amount of damage while he does it. Kazu kind of out pressuring a little bit here, but it doesn't really matter.
And Kazu's gonna go for that 6 combo. And he's just gonna get down because Amemiya's board state's pretty good, and he's going for that Tetris into side 4 wide. He has his combo ready to go. Might be able to continue a little bit with the garbage depending on what pieces he has.
Oh, yeah, this is going to become an 11. Big trouble for Kazu.
Yeah, a little bit too much for Kazu to handle. He's almost out of this. And yeah, that's going to seal the deal. Amemiya is going to take another game here. And he found the right side 4 white at the right time, and something Amemiya does a lot, which you saw him do there, is he likes to protect his side 4 wides when he builds a mid game with a Tetris. That way he can cancel an attack and allow himself to upstack a little bit more, and that's what allows him to get away with like bigger mid game 4 wides, because usually those can be really risky. But it's a very good tactic there from Amemiya, but things just not working out for him here.
Yeah, Kazu just took a quick round. I wasn't paying 100% attention to Kazu's board there, but my goodness, that was a lot of pressure that he was sending over there.
Yeah, well, nobody can pressure like Kazu. And Kazu going for the DPC here.
Is he gonna get it?
He just narrowly misses the DPC.
Very, very close, though. Almost had it.
Yeah. He was able to get that initial PC off, though. But Amemiya was able to get just enough cancels out there to not get topped out by the PC. Amemiya knows what to expect when it comes to those opener PCs, so he's ready to defend against them.
All right. Kazu with a bit of a combo, but Amemiya with, I believe, a C-spin there. Gonna send a lot of damage over to Kazu's board, and actually, that's a ton of back-to-back.
Yeah.
More pressure than Kazu's prepared to deal with, and set is tied 2-2. Oh, goodness.
I'm seeing Kazu break out the Gasho. I think that's the first time I've seen him do it this set. And yeah, Amemiya just narrowly lives this. And Kazu's able to get a lot of pressure out, and Amemiya just can't build up that combo more. So
Yeah,
that Gasho with the Tetris PC is really paying off here.
That was quick. Even though I think a lot of us recognize these openers, it's definitely kind of wild to see them executed to this kind of effectiveness and this speed at this level of play.
Very bizarre way to build his opener there on Kazu's side. Gives Amemiya some time to build up some Ren. Yeah, Amemiya has a big combo here. Kazu has a smaller combo to try to counter, but that's a 13.
Oh,
it's not going to be enough for Kazu, and that's going to be a quick game for Amemiya there.
Yeah, I'm realizing that like Amemiya's best offensive options tend to be just these like kind of well-timed red towers here. Just a ton of 4-wide and done at the right time. Definitely going to be enough to catch an opponent.
Yeah, that's what Amemiya's main skill is. That's his bread and butter, is that opening Ren from DT Cannon. He's been practicing that for several years now, and he's really confident in it, and that's what he thinks is going to give himself the advantage here. That's why he's building DT above pretty much every other opener. Whenever he can build DT, he's going for it because he wants that forward.
Kazu with a ton of clean garbage, though. Does Amemiya even have the room? Can't get the eyepiece over.
Yeah, and that's going to be a game for Kazu right there. Amemiya just not enough room on the board up there to get that eyepiece over, and that's going to be the game. Seeing PCO from Amemiya, no PC. And now Kazu going for a mountain stacking, I believe. Didn't find the PC there, but he's just going to continue going for some back-to-back and do a little forecast here. Ooh, he's up stacking quite a bit. Risky play, but it might pay off.
Yeah, gonna get a lot of combo, actually. Does Amemiya have the room to defend? And no, he does not. Kazu up 2-1 in a really kind of short time span here. All these rounds have been just incredibly quick.
Yeah, Kazu finding some creative ways to get a lot out of these openers. And he's going to get the PC here. Amemiya is not ready for that. And that's going to be a really quick set here for Kazu.
Yeah, that's kind of the danger of going for that opening greed that Amemiya likes to go for, though, is just if you get hit with enough damage early enough, you never get the room to do anything.
Yeah, that mountainous stacking number 2 really paying off for Kazu. It may be a little mouthful of an opener to say, but it is quite a proficient opener.
Absolutely. And we are back to a kind of a commentator's moment here, but I believe Kazu up 6-2, which means that if Kazu gets one more set, that's going to be the entire match. So we've got quite high stakes now. Match point.
Yeah, Amemiya playing with his back against the wall here, but you know he's had the experience playing in these types of tournaments, so anything can happen. But Amemiya is really gonna have to find something here, because right now he doesn't have that edge that he needs.
Yeah, again though, I think I think what's nice about being in Kazu's position though is that he's kind of in the driver's seat, right? If he's really playing his best game, like there's only really so much you can do against that amount of pressure, right?
Yeah, that's really what his play style revolves around. He sends so much pressure that he kind of forces his opponents to play around his pressure, and that complicates players like Amemiya who have their specific types of game plans going in, where Amemiya wants to come in, build his 4-wide, and win with that. But when Kazu is prepared to really shut that down and limit how much he can build up his 4-wides, Amemiya is not able to really take advantage of his bread and butter there, and it's going to be very difficult for him to find advantages. Because when he's forced to play Kazu's game, it's going to be a losing battle.
Kazu immediately going back into, I believe, mountainous stacking? Or was that honey cannon? I can't tell them apart too well.
Ooh, and that's going to just instantly win.
My good, that was quick. That was very quick.
Kazu just really optimizing his openers. Amemiya has some Some Ren built up. Will it be enough?
I mean, it is an 8 combo. Gonna do a decent amount, but not enough to top out Kazu here. And actually, it's Amemiya with kind of the rougher board state here. Can Amemiya escape from this? This is certainly a precarious situation, to be sure.
Ooh, that eyepiece misdrop, and that's going to be a game for Kazu. And now Kazu's one away from taking the set, and Amemiya really can't let that happen.
Yeah, one game away from
DT from Kazu. Kazu going for the DT Ren.
Oh my goodness, Kazu.
Ooh.
This is actually huge for Kazu because does Amemiya have the resources to put a stop to this? Oh my goodness, wait, this is huge.
Who is Kazu going to beat Amemiya with his own game?
Oh my god.
Oh no.
Oh lord, Kazu does it with Amemiya's opener. My goodness, that was insane.
And Amemiya can't help but laugh here. Can't help but laugh. You know, it was match point, and Kazu, the God Slayer, beating Amemiya with his own game, building up that DT 4Y. The first time we've seen Kazu break that out this entire match. And there it is. That's the set right there for Kazu. Kazu victorious over Amemiya Taiyo.
Yeah, gonna take the third matchup of KEMONOMICHI IV, 7-2.
Yeah, that was very convincing set there from Kazu. He came in, he had the confidence, he played his game, and it worked out for him.
What a way to finish, though. My goodness. What a way to finish. Oh, that was a hell of a set.
ありがとうございます。それでは見事勝利しましたカズ選手にも一言伺いたいと思います。じゃあこちらからはい失礼します。
I wish I could live translate this for you guys, but I'm afraid my Japanese skills aren't quite there.
Yeah.
ありがとうございます。視力を尽くした両選手に今一度大きな拍手をお送りください。Amemiya太陽選手、そしてカズ選手、素晴らしいプレーをありがとうございました。
What a set.
Yeah.
I'm glad that we all had the pleasure of watching that.
Yeah, I mean, it's worth noting, you know, like, I think they had mentioned this, like, in the pregame interview and everything, but you don't get to see this every day. Like, they don't play seriously too often. So, it's definitely an opportunity. And you can see, God has been wrecked, period, on the screen here. Well, well, well. There it is. Kazu's prophecy came true.
Yep. It's crazy to see a set like this where both players were playing very well. You know, Amemiya wasn't playing poorly. He was playing his game to the best of his abilities, but Kazu just had that edge in his skills there, and Amemiya ultimately couldn't overcome it. And I think, you know, the better player won today.
Yeah. I think Kazu just stuck to his game plan, maintained that aggression, and just made things happen.
Yeah, lots of respect to both players for coming out and playing in this high pressure situation over up to like 50,000 people watching, and you know, it's a lot of pressure on both of them, especially, you know, Kazu being the new kid on the block here for this first time playing in a LAN, and then Amemiya, you know, coming off some losses to Kazu, and you know, he has his persona as being the best, and it takes a lot of courage to put that all on the line like he did, and it may not have turned out the way you wanted, but there's a lot of respect to be had for the fact that he did, you know, accept this match and come out and play here.
Absolutely right.
Very fitting raid there.
Yes. And with that, that is the match right there. Okay. I believe we will be seeing a Daigo raid very soon.
That is the assumption I am operating under.
選手にとってはそれがとても今後の励みになります。いただいたビッツは選手の、皆様でですね分配してお渡しいたします。ここでビッツの購入&使用方法についてご説明させていただきます。まずはですね、ビッツというツイッチ内の通貨をご購入いただきます。ツイッチのアカウントでログインの
Yeah, what a pleasure it was to be able to commentate this and watch such a excellent match between two of the top Puyo Puyo Tetris players.
I think like just the top level of PBT. It's truly a beauty to watch. Like there's definitely a charm to it. So, you know, gotta give love to the players for showing up, making it happen. Love to the organizers, of course. You know, thank you to you all actually for watching, enjoying our restream and the main event.
Yep.
Yeah, I guess I'll chime in real quick. I just unmuted on stream, but yeah, thanks everyone for watching. If you haven't already, try to interact with Daigo stream, whether it's on Twitter or any of his social media platforms, and just encourage him or support him for supporting Tetris, I guess, because it's a pretty sick event, and hopefully we can see more of it from them and that organization in the future. So, yeah. I think we're going to throw a raid towards Daigo. If Blink, I don't know if Blink fell asleep, but maybe I could do it myself. Okay. Okay.
ということでよろしくお願いいたします。それでは次の熱い対決にバトンを渡したいと思います。準備の間はこちらをご覧ください。
Blink, I don't have permission, so I don't know if you were trying to rub that in.
Regardless, though, even if the raid doesn't work, you all should definitely head to we post the link in the chat.
Yeah.
Twitch.tv/Daigo the Beast TV. Very good event.
Just make sure you're using the right channel name or something. I can't think of anything else that would cause an error, but yeah, maybe they disabled raids. That's possible.
That's definitely possible.
Yeah. Well, we could have raid James Chen as well, because he'll have English viewership there, and can maybe comprehend what the hell is happening in this next game.
Yeah, I believe the next matchup is going to be Street Fighter V. So,
that's a good idea then.
Yeah, so any of you fighting game fans out there, you're going to have quite a treat coming up after this.
Yeah, say hi to James. James, he does CTWC commentary and has done Modern Tetris way back, I think when PBT launched and stuff like that. So say hi to James. He's a good dude, and he knows his fighting game, so I'll probably stick around for a bit. Thanks, everybody.
Yeah, thank you all. And with that, happy holidays. Enjoy the rest of the KEMONOMICHI event. And yes, bye-bye.
Yeah, thanks for watching, everybody.
Okay. Well
done.
Yeah, hold on.